So I'm here on my magical thing with the fabulous Heidi Parton. Heidi, it's lovely to see you.
Nice to
Uh,
see you too.
Crafter, writer, animist, polytheist, spirit worker and witch. And I'm indebted to Yvonne Abro for introducing us and giving us a chance to hear the story of your amazing magical thing.
Well, thank you. So it starts actually not with the thing, which is right here. It's this piece of slate rock, if you can see it. And it started back in August. I had this dream that I was in my kitchen and I was cooking a stew, and I took this big slab of slate rock out of the oven and set it on the countertop and was cooking like slices of meat on it. And I remember thinking to myself, this, I have to cook it this way to get that, particular smoky flavor for the stew. And that was pretty much the dream. And so it was kind of a normal dream, but the feeling of the dream, it was a lot heavier, a lot more solid than, kind of regular dreams are, where they're kind of light. And so that was kind of my clue that it was not really a normal dream, that there was something more to it. But I had no idea what was going on with it. I didn't even know if you could actually cook on rock or if that was a thing. So of course I did some research, and I found that not only could you, but there's this French style of cooking called pierrade, where you cook on a rock and then you serve like salads or potatoes with it. But it actually has a very, very long history in human cooking, where people have for a long time, before there were ovens, they would cook on rocks or with rocks in earthen ovens. So that was kind of interesting to learn about. But I didn't have any slate rocks around me that I thought of, so it kind of stuck in my mind, and I just kind of held on to it and thought about it now and then. And then recently, at the end of November, I was on a walk in the woods, and I kind of almost tripped over this rock right here. And I looked down and I said, oh, wait a minute, that's a piece of slate, that I wasn't used to seeing. So it kind of stuck with me, and I almost passed by it because I don't normally, pick up rocks and take home, just because if everybody's going around picking up rocks, you can, cause erosion and that kind of thing. So I try not to, take a bunch of stuff home with me when I'm out on walks. But so I almost just walked past it and left it. And then there was something kind of pulling at me, where I just had this kind of magnetism towards this rock. And I was like, I'm probably gonna regret it if I just leave it behind. So I picked it up and I took it with me, and I just kind of set it on my altar. Actually, this one right here, because it's my kind of main altar. It's where I usually set things if I bring them home or have just made something. And I just it sat there for a little while. I'd look at it while I was passing by and kind of wondering, like, okay, well, what am I supposed to be doing with this thing? And it kept coming back to the dream that I had. And I was like, well, maybe it really should be in the kitchen. And I was like, and it probably should be kind of in the vicinity of where I had it in my dream. So I put together a little altar for it, with some other things, and set it there, and just kind of every now and then I would light a candle with it, and kind of started getting a sense of kind of what the point of the rock is. And I still totally don't have it all figured out. It's still kind of a developing relationship, but I just have this sense that it's very much connected to ancestors and to cooking and kind of hearth related type things. And so that's kind of where we're at right now.
That's fantastic. So it's like a hearthstone, like a kind of like a
Yeah, very much so.
Hold it up again. Let's have another closer look.
Yeah.
Please.
If you can see it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got a little notch right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's just kind of in the rock, and this is actually a lot smaller and thicker than the rock that was in my dream, but it still speaks to me. So yeah.
Heidi, thank you so much for sharing that little dream-led story and serendipitous discovery of your fabulous magical thing. It's really, really appreciated. Thank you very much for taking the time.
No problem.
I'm a friend. That's good.
See you later. Good.
Cheers, man.
I hope I didn't ramble too much, because I tend to ramble.
No, that was completely fine. And we'll keep this bit in, because you didn't ramble at all. That was great.
Oh, good. Good.
Nice one, Heidi. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.